and great. The Paladins, Tab Benoit. So it's a sort of your standard traveling blues show. I mean, all these everyone on the bill is someone you'll recognize, and it's a good time if you like that music. It's pretty standard blues. To some people, a night of that is the last thing they want to see and hear, but they're all really good. All the acts on this bill these next 2 days are good.
Yeah, I was going to go chronologically, but I'm going to save Earth, Wind, and Fire for the end. We've talked about them before, but they've got a show coming up. And next Tuesday, I have never heard of Built to Spill. They will be playing. And where are they playing again?
The Madrid.
Okay.
The Madrid Theater on Main Street. Yeah, so they're celebrating the 20th anniversary of what I was my favorite album of that year in 1999.
Wow.
So, Keep It Like a Secret. And we've sort of talked about this. That record, at least, this is a band where they play, it's really riffy, like lots of guitar riffs. It's hard, it's loud, but it's melodic. So, and every track on that record is great. It's just one of those start to finish. Whenever I play it from start to finish. And it got a lot of critical acclaim. I don't know that it's sold a lot because they're pretty much an underground band. They're from, he's from Idaho, I think. Yeah. But that record really, it was a breakout record for them. And I've seen them live, and I wasn't impressed, but it was at South by Southwest, not a very good venue. It was like early in the day. A lot of people were just wandering in and not really paying attention. So I think I'm going to go to this show because he's one of the opening bands is from Brazil, and they're really fabulous. They're like this psychedelic. It's sort of Latin rock, but it's psychedelic. It's a really, really cool twist on that. But there are also backing him up. So it's Doug March and this band, and I've read a couple of really great reviews of him with them. So I'm pretty curious. I may swing by.
And finally, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Whenever it was, we talked about it. I saw them with Chicago a while ago, maybe 2010, something like that, maybe longer than that, at Sprint Center. And it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I mean, both bands, and now they're, of course, Earth, Wind, and Fire is even older, but at that point, Chicago had many of their original members were still alive. The singer who was with them had been singing with them for about a quarter of a century, even though he wasn't Peter Cetera. But Earth, Wind, and Fire is kind of in the same boat. They have three key members, but of course Maurice White passed away in the last year, I think it was. And it's an unbelievably infectious show, maybe one of the greatest tune-filled bands that you could ever have, and when you throw the brass in and everything else. I know you've seen them. I've seen them at least 2 or 3 times, but as recently as that Sprint Center show, and it was really one of the best things I've ever seen. They're
fabulous live. Yeah, I've probably seen them. This will probably be the 6th time. I've seen them in a Hard Rock Cafe in Vegas once. That was the first time I saw them. But they are so professional, kind of like Santana. Age or time has been really kind to them, and they're all masterful at what they do at their instruments and vocally. And yeah, they're another band where you remember, oh yeah, they did that song. Oh yeah, I remember that song. Yeah, like that song. Like their set lists are spectacular, and yeah, they're going to be at Starlight, which is my favorite place to see a show, indoor or outdoor. And
talk a little bit about that.
Starlight?
Yeah.
Well, it's because the sound is, I don't think I've ever heard bad sound there. I've heard some mediocre sound maybe, but it's not the venue. It's the guy running the board, the person running the boards. But there are no bad seats. The sound is great. It's clean. It's efficient. They have enough vendors and enough places to get your food and beverage, and just everything about it is good. Parking's convenient. So I look forward to even shows I don't want to go to. I look forward to them if they're at Starlight because I just love that place. Back to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Of course, they have about 15 iconic songs, but September may be one of the greatest pop songs ever put out. I don't know how. If somebody didn't like that song,
that's on them.
What's wrong with you? Yeah. No, I remember when that came out. That's one of those songs you hear for the first time and you love it. And I bought that record the first time I heard it. I still have it. Yeah, there's just such this wonderful blend of R&B and pop and soul and just so many great groovy songs. It's I think they're just kind of irresistible. I don't know anybody that doesn't like them, and I don't know why you would.
Absolutely. Well, that's a good way to close, a smile on your face. And if there are any tickets for that one, and you haven't seen them, go, because they're old. They're not going to be around forever.
Right. Yeah, I don't miss a chance, because it will be hot, but it's not going to rain. So, just, wear shorts.
Tim, thanks a lot.
Sure. Thanks, Danny.
We hope you enjoyed the latest Danny Klingscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Come back soon for something fresh and new. This podcast was made possible by our great sponsors like
the Exit Room of Lee's Summit. Come with friends, family, colleagues, or a team to tackle the challenges of this unique escape room.